Hello everyone, this is training session number 2. We're going to talk about the pharmacy savings card. Pharmacy savings card in the last few years have become very prevalent and very important in part of the healthcare delivery system, mainly because more than 30 million people have no access to any kind of insurance pricing whatsoever, and the trend in healthcare shows that fewer and fewer drugs are going to be covered by insurance, and more individuals will be paying higher deductibles before their insurance kicks in. So even for those who have a good pharmacy benefit, right now many drugs aren't covered. If you just look at this list, you'll see that cosmetic drugs, appetite suppressants, quit smoking prescriptions, prenatal vitamins, nutritional supplies, injectables, contraceptives, immunizations, vaccines, these aren't covered by any insurance. And it's only going to get worse because many brand name drugs that have been on formularies before won't be covered. With the case of a pharmacy discount card, or our card covers every prescription, every single prescription. Go to the next slide. What makes our card different is that DataRx owns its own pharmacy network. They've negotiated contracts with every major chain, most independent pharmacies, so they probably have the largest pharmacy network of all the discount cards, but more than that, because they have negotiated the contracts directly, there's no middlemen to pay. So the consumer ends up getting the best savings, which ranges from 11 to 75% on both brand and generic drugs, higher discounts, obviously, with generic drugs. Last year, the average discount was 53% off of retail out of all the hundreds of thousands of prescriptions that they process every single month. So this card is very, very robust. In addition, it offers some very valuable consumer features. One is you can look up your pharmacy, but more than that, you can look up the price of your drug and find out, are there other drugs that cost less? So in this case, I'm showing you a slide shot of what would be on the website if somebody looked up Lipitor. Lipitor 40 milligrams is almost a $200 drug. The discounted price is 14% off, $169. Still pretty darn expensive. There are no generics. Now, if somebody has a great insurance program, really good, Lipitor is still going to be a tier 3 drug. Might cost them $50 or $60, which is sure a lot better than the discount card. However, what those people probably don't even think to look at, are there other drugs that do the same thing for much less money? So on the site, it would show a list, as you see on the bottom of the screen here. Simvastatin generic, Pravastatin. Simvastatin is $11.30 a month. That's a 92% savings. And of course, because this isn't generic, the consumer would have to call their doctor, or the pharmacist could. 99.9 times out of 100, the doctor's going to say, oh, sure, Simvastatin's just fine. You can replace Lipitor with Simvastatin. So the whole idea here is to empower the consumer with information. We also have a quit smoking program offered for free. Well, I shouldn't say for free because you got to buy your prescription, but there's no additional charge. But if people get a prescription for Chantix, that won't be covered under any insurance plan because it's a quit smoking drug. However, you will get a substantial discount on the drug on a 90-day prescription, over $100 discount, and at the end of the 90 days, you'll get an additional $30 via a rebate card. So this is really a good program, and it has a 1-year support program online called the Get Quit Plan that helps people, stay off their cigarettes, get quit. In addition to that, we have a diagnostic lab and imaging discount program. Once again, if somebody's shifting their insurance to much higher deductible or an HSA account, or maybe they don't have insurance or limited liability, there could be some gaps here where you're taking a risk that you're going to keep yourself healthy, and then what happens? You go out and play tennis and blow your knee out, and now what do? That MRI could cost thousands of dollars. in about 15 minutes via the web or a phone call, we can get you 30, 40, 50% discount at a local imaging center in your neighborhood. So, the imaging part is terrific, saves big money. On the lab, many people want to get lab tests for a number of reasons and don't want to necessarily run to a doctor's office every time they want to do it. In fact, sometimes they don't even want it on their medical record. So you can actually order any lab test you want. Get on the phone, get 10 to 60% off on those tests. Go to the LabCorp that's closest to you. Have the test results sent directly to you. And no copays, no deductible, confidential. And you get the results within 48, 72 hours. So that's a great benefit. And finally, we have a wellness benefit that is very, very strong. Employers really love this. It's a health and wellness website that is very easy to read, easy to navigate, goes through information for children, for teens, for adults, for men, for women, for seniors, broken down into all kinds of health conditions and disease management, drugs, supplements, self-care. Everything that WebMD has and more is on this site, and there's no advertising. So it's really a strong product. So bottom line, who can benefit from this pharmacy savings card? People who do not have medical coverage, people whose drug plan actually costs more than the discount card, people who are taking drugs not covered by their insurance, those with high copays or deductibles, those using another discount card. Many times I have asked people who do have insurance, who think I don't need a discount card, I say, what is your minimum copay? And typically they'll tell me $10 or $15. And I inform them that there are about 33,000 prescriptions out there that are less than $7. So it makes sense to tell people, even if they have insurance, to use this as a companion card. Give it to the pharmacist, tell them put it in your system, and let me know which of these two cards is the best price for me. The pharmacist will do it. It's not a problem. So that's pretty much why these discount savings cards have become so popular. Next session, we'll talk about telemedicine.